Pakistan just added another country to its growing list of Gulf defense partners. Days after signing a mutual defense pact with Saudi Arabia and Turkey in Mecca, Islamabad has now sealed a new protocol agreement with Kuwait. Pakistani troops will train Kuwaiti forces, help with border management, and deepen military cooperation across the Gulf. This is Pakistan's third major defense agreement in the region within roughly the last 1 year. So, why is Islamabad suddenly building this web of Gulf security partnerships? What does Pakistan actually get out of exporting its military expertise and its nuclear button? Pakistan and Kuwait have signed the Protocol Agreement 2026 in Islamabad. The agreement was signed by Pakistan's Defense Minister Khawaja Asif and Kuwait's Defense Minister Sheikh Abdullah Al-Salem Al-Sabah. The protocol expands an earlier defense cooperation agreement signed in 2023. It covers military training, capacity building, border management, and other areas that both sides may agree on later. The Kuwaiti minister also met Pakistan's army chief, Field Marshal Asim Munir, at General Headquarters in Rawalpindi. Both sides discussed regional security and stronger military ties, according to their readout. On paper, this looks like a conventional defense cooperation agreement. It is not a declaration of alliance against any specific nation or groups. It does not say that an attack on Kuwait, for instance, will automatically trigger Pakistani military action. But Pakistan's sudden surge of web around Gulf nations, specifically in defense, is unmistakable. It is as if Islamabad is trying hard to find friends to fall back on when it faces trouble. Let's look at why Kuwait signed this agreement in the first place. Kuwait is small but a strategically important Gulf state. It sits close to Iraq, Iran, and the major energy routes of the Gulf. Its security concerns, including border protection, terrorism, maritime risks, and of course, regional instability. For Kuwait, Pakistan offers an additional security partner. For Pakistan, the agreement creates another channel of military influence, defense contracts, and of course, strategic relevance. It also gives Pakistan a chance to present itself as a regional security provider. That is important for a country facing economic pressure and diplomatic competition. But the agreement's real impact will depend on what follows. The protocol creates the framework. The next steps will reveal what the depth is of this particular agreement. As I said before, this Kuwait deal comes after Pakistan signed a much stronger defense agreement with Saudi in September last year. That pact says aggression against one country will be treated as aggression against both sides. Pakistan and Saudi described it as a strategic mutual defense agreement. Pakistan's defense minister later compared it to a defensive arrangement similar to NATO. The Kuwait Protocol is different. It focuses on cooperation, training, and capacity building. It does not create the same automatic mutual defense commitment. So Pakistan is not building one single alliance structure. It is creating different layers of military partnerships depending on who needs what. Saudi Arabia offers strategic depth and financial importance. Kuwait offers another Gulf defense partnership. Turkey provides defense technology, training, and military cooperation. Together, these links improve Pakistan's diplomatic reach. They also help Islamabad project the image of a country that remains useful insofar as its military is concerned, despite all its economic weaknesses. For India, the concern is not that every Pakistani partner is part of an anti-India bloc. Kuwait has its own national interests. Saudi Arabia has its own calculations. Turkey has its own regional ambitions. The concern is the cumulative effect. India has strong relations with Kuwait and the wider Gulf. Millions of Indians live and work in the region. The Gulf is also vital for India's energy security, trade, and remittances, of course. That is why Delhi is watching this agreement closely. India does not need to treat the Kuwait-Pakistan protocol as an immediate military threat. There is no evidence that Kuwait is joining a bloc against India. There is also no evidence that the agreement gives Pakistan bases or offensive access against Indian territory. But military cooperation can create influence over time. If Pakistani officers train Kuwaiti forces, military exchanges become regular, or if defense procurement follows, Pakistan's institutional footprint in the Gulf will grow. That can strengthen Islamabad's diplomatic position during future India-Pakistan crises. So the Kuwait agreement is important, but it should not be exaggerated. It is not a new front against India. It is a sign of Pakistan's wider effort to turn defense diplomacy into strategic influence. After Saudi, then Turkey, and now Kuwait, Pakistan is building a network of relationships based on military cooperation. Some would say that's the only part of Pakistan that is even functional today. You're watching Times Access and I'm Aditi Prasad. Click on the bell icon below to subscribe and never miss a Times Access update.
They had a nuclear weapon.
The old rules are breaking. Alliances are shifting.
Apologize again to the victims of the paedophile Jeffrey Epstein.
Wars are redrawing maps. Oil routes can shake economies overnight. One election in America can impact markets in Mumbai.
No tax on tips.
One move by China can alter the balance in Asia. One conflict in West Asia can hit every Indian household. This is no longer a distant story. This is our story. Your story. Because for the first time in decades, India is not watching from the sidelines. India is rising. India is negotiating. India is balancing rivals. India is building military strength. India is shaping trade routes. India is becoming central to the new global order. And yet, most global news is still told through someone else's lens. Washington's lens, Beijing's lens, London's lens. But where is India's lens? Where is the platform that explains the world from our perspective? Welcome to India's Axis, a new destination for geopolitics, strategy and power seen through India's eyes, from Neighborhood Watch to the biggest global stories that matter to you. Why tensions in the Taiwan Strait matter to India, how one move by China can affect India's security, what turmoil in Pakistan means for regional stability, how Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Nepal, and Bhutan shape India's neighborhood, why oil choke points can hit your wallet, how wars abroad can reshape India's security. This is not noise. This is not shouting. This is not recycled headlines. This is sharp, intelligent storytelling, daily explainers, war room analysis, strategic conversations, because news is everywhere, but perspective is rare, and in the age of confusion, clarity is power. Axis is for the audience that wants more than headlines. The axis of global power is shifting. India is at the center of that shift. It's time the world was explained accordingly, to understand the world through India's strategic lens. Subscribe now.